There's a quiet longing that lives inside every person, a gentle pull towards something more meaningful, more aligned, more true. It doesn't speak in loud commands. It whispers, in daydreams, in restlessness, in moments of stillness, and no matter how much time passes, it never really goes away. This is the call of one's personal legend, the unique path each soul is meant to walk, but most never answer it. Paulo Coelho's The Alchemist is often misunderstood. It's not just a story about a boy chasing treasure. It's a blueprint for becoming. It reminds us that life itself is a quest, and the real gold lies in who we become when we dare to follow our calling. The book is simple, but beneath that simplicity lives a sacred truth. The journey is always internal before it becomes external, and destiny only reveals itself to those brave enough to begin. In childhood, dreams come easy, imagination flows freely. There are no limits, no doubts, no critics. But over time, the world teaches restraint, teaches fear, teaches conformity, masked as responsibility. And yet, beneath the layers of practicality and performance, the original dream still lives, waiting. It never truly dies. It just goes quiet until we're ready to remember. Some try to bury it with routine, others numb it with distractions. But even in silence, the call remains. Because it's not just a desire, it's an echo of one's reason for being. In The Alchemist, Santiago is a shepherd. Simple life, predictable path. But one dream changes everything. He sees treasure in the desert. A vision he doesn't understand, but can't ignore. He could dismiss it, call it foolish, keep walking the safe road. But something within won't let him. That moment, the decision to honor the unknown, is the beginning of every meaningful transformation. It's not about chasing treasure. It's about becoming the version of self who would dare to chase it. Following the call always comes at a cost. Comfort is the first to go. Certainty disappears. Familiarity dissolves. What remains is raw truth, and with it, the test. The journey strips away the unnecessary. False identities, external validation, the illusions of control. What's left is the core, the truth that can't be faked, the self that can't be avoided. Santiago faces failure, betrayal, poverty, and fear. But each trial reveals something deeper within him. Strength that was always there, but never required until now. And so it is with anyone who chooses the real path. Life will test commitment, not to punish, but to prepare. One of the most beautiful truths in The Alchemist is the idea that the universe conspires in favor of the soul that follows its purpose. Not through magic, but through alignment. Doors open, people appear, circumstances shift, not before the first step, but after it. The moment a commitment is made, life begins to reorient. It's not immediate, and it's never without resistance. But a deeper order begins to unfold, revealing that what once looked like coincidence was actually choreography. No path of purpose is free of fear. In fact, the closer one gets to the truth, the louder fear tends to become. That's because fear guards the threshold of transformation. It stands between the old life and the new one, between comfort and calling, between who one has been and who they're becoming. Fear says, what if you're not enough? What if you fail? What if you lose everything? But fear doesn't speak truth. It speaks protection. It's the voice of the part of self that hasn't yet learned to trust. And when fear arises, it's not a sign to stop. It's a sign that something sacred lies on the other side. The universe, in its wisdom, doesn't just conspire, it communicates. It speaks in the language of the world, through omens, synchronicities, and seemingly small signs that reveal the next step, if one is paying attention. Santiago learns to read these subtle cues, to see meaning in every encounter, every unexpected turn, every delay. The journey becomes a dialogue, an ongoing conversation with existence itself, a rhythm between the soul and the world. This isn't blind faith. It's a deeper awareness, a sensitivity to the invisible threads that connect all things. Like an alchemist transforms lead into gold, the journey transforms the seeker, purifying intentions, solidifying purpose, and revealing that the treasure isn't found until the soul is ready to receive it. Most who read The Alchemist remember the ending, that the treasure Santiago sought was buried where his journey began. Some take this as irony, but it's deeper than that. The point was never the gold. The point was the transformation. He couldn't have received the treasure at the beginning because he hadn't yet become the person who could hold it. This is the paradox of the path. What is sought externally is often just a reflection of what must be discovered internally. The treasure is not the goal. The treasure is the growth. The alchemist holds a mirror, not to what one is, but to what they could become. It reminds us that destiny is not given. It's earned, step by step, choice by choice, through faith, through failure, through forward motion. And while the world might reward conformity, the soul only feels alive when it's in pursuit of truth. The life that feels aligned, the one that lights the fire again, that life only comes to those who are willing to risk the known for the possible. There is no map for the personal legend, only a direction, a whisper, a deep inner knowing. And so the challenge is this: write it down. The dream, the calling, the version of life that refuses to fade. Not the polished version, the real one. Then, disrupt the silence. Take the action that's been waiting on your courage. Light the first match, break the routine, plant the flag, no matter how small. Forward is the only direction truth recognizes, because the universe only responds to movement. The signs only appear to those who are walking. No one is ever fully ready. But readiness isn't a prerequisite. Willingness is. Every person is born with a dream, stitched into the fabric of their being. To ignore it is to betray the self. To follow it is to return to the truth. The treasure is real, but the real reward is becoming the one who never gave up on what mattered most. So if the whisper is still there, listen, and then begin.